Dr. Hirji, thank you once again for the update. Lincoln Regional Councillor Rob Foster has been chosen as the new chair of the Niagara Peninsula Conservation Authority. Rob, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike. It's an interesting move for me to be going into the chair of the NPCA. I've always kind of laughed. I married the NPCA, if you want to put it that way. My wife's family have been actively involved with the NPCA for years. My grandfather-in-law, I guess it would be, was the first superintendent of Long Beach Conservation Area, and Gord Harry, who was the mayor of Waynfleet years ago, was a longtime employee and ended up being chair as well. So there's a long and strong family history that goes on. Right up to today, by the way. My son does volunteer projects with Balls Falls here all the time.
Rob, I know that conservation is near and dear to your heart and has been for a long time. You're replacing Brenda Johnson, so now the chair is from Niagara. Is that normal that it rotates between the locations that are part of the NPCA?
It's interesting. There's been a number of changes made by the provincial government to the Conservation Act here in Ontario, and one of the major changes was to provide a rotation basis for those, I guess you would call them the foundational communities that are involved. So Niagara, Hamilton, and Haldimand actually make up the key both funders as well as organizations that are involved with the NPCA. We had Brenda as our chair. We had Bruce McKenzie, who is out of Grimsby, who is our vice chair. Now it's myself as chair, and we have John Metcalf from Haldimand. John Metcalf is a councillor from the Haldimand area.
Rob, the NPCA recently published their 10-year strategic plan. I would think that that is basically your guideline in setting goals and putting things into action for the next little while.
It's a 10-year plan that we've put in place, and it's very much with the conservation focus. And we're taking a look at our municipalities and saying, watersheds transcend boundaries. So we're looking at a strong, environmentally focused plan that's going to go and make our watershed really second to none within the province. I would say, out of the development that's gone on with this particular board that we have in place, this has probably been the highlight or the key highlight. I mean, besides going through a bunch of governance changes that had to come into play earlier, this truly is the highlight, and it's going to be something that we can all be very proud of.
Rob, prior to the 2018 municipal election, the NPCA was part of the controversy surrounding the region. Now we look at 3.5 years later with another election coming up. Do you feel that the authority has gone beyond all of that controversy?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I would say the first year that we were as the new board, it was the deconstruction and analysis of what it is that was really going on with the NPCA. And we brought in a very seasoned CAO to come in and help us get through, understand what as an organization we should be doing, and then moving ourselves along into somewhat of our next stages. The second and third year, I would say we could say, for all intents and purposes, it was strategizing and starting to figure out where we wanted to go as an organization. We put Chandra Sharma in place as our CAO. She comes out of the Toronto conservation area. And I'll tell you, we have been looking at and moving forward on a wide variety of things that have been very, very positive. We're making quality decisions. We're making decisions that are based on the needs of the environment. We're taking climate change seriously as an organization. And, we're not interested in trying to turn our conservation areas into Disneyland. So, the bottom line is that we're completely environmentally focused.